Hi, I'm Amiyah Wilson, and today I'll be talking about understanding human behavior through biology. So the first question I'll be answering is, how does chronic stress impact different systems in your body, and think about the immediate effects and the long-term effects. So first will be the nervous system. Some immediate effects of your nervous system that stress would impact is your body will go into something called fight or flight, which means that your body will react to things in a much quicker or like a more anxious manner, and basically it will heighten your anxiety, cause heavier breathing, such as also sweating or even like your heart pounding. And some long-term effects of this is high blood pressure, changes in your mental health such as anxiety and depression, and also rapid weight gain. So moving on to the respiratory system, some immediate effects will be shortness of breath and rapid breathing, and some long-term effects of this will be a chronic inflammatory. Onto the reproductive system. For a woman, some immediate effects will be a regular period, which eventually will make it stop. You can produce less eggs, or light or heavy, more bleeding when you are on your menstrual cycle. And some long-term effects can be a miscarriage, complications with your pregnancy, and even cause premature babies. And within men, some immediate effects is it will decrease your testosterone levels, lower sperm count, and decrease sperm quality. And some long-term effects of this is that you just simply won't be able to produce children. And for the skeletal system, some immediate effects of this will be migraines, so which is headaches, and it will also decline your muscle mass and your strength. And some long-term effects of this would be it can cause muscle stiffness and could essentially stop the flow of blood to your muscles. And moving on to the digestive system, some immediate effects of stress on the digestive system would be constipation, nausea, bloating, and upset stomach. And some long-term causes would essentially be irritable bowel syndrome, also known as IBS. So moving on to the last two, the first one we'll be talking about is the immune system. So due to stress, your immune system will be able to fight all these illnesses and infections for quite a period of time, but some long-term causes is eventually your body won't be able to fight all of these illnesses and will essentially make you more prone to infections and illnesses with your cardiovascular system. Some immediate causes of this will be increased blood pressure and an increased heart rate, and long-term effects of this will essentially be heart attack, heart failure, or stroke, which essentially means death. So moving on to the next question, what biological mechanisms underlie empathy, and how does this relate to human behavior? In the Friends Day Wild video, 95% of your behavior is primate behavior. He basically compares humans to primates, which are the chimpanzees. So throughout the video, he shows empathy that the animals have with each other by their social interactions. Like, for example, he did a study where the chimpanzees would see if they would take the prize essentially for themselves or would they share it with others, and come to find out they shared it with others. A biological mechanism that I feel that is very prevalent in this video would have to be oxytocin. This hormone overall promotes trust and empathy with each other. So with the chimpanzees, I feel as though oxytocin is prevalent because it helps them overall work together and share their resources. So basically, say that I'm a chimpanzee and I'm going to know, like, oh, my other fellow members are probably hungry as well, so I'm going to share with them. This relates to human behavior because, while on the other hand, oxytocin is kind of released during our positive aspects or positive social interactions within our life, so also helping us feel, kind of a bond or trust within, and helps us connect to others in a way. Some key findings that Dr. Katrina kind of highlighted within her video was that the popular idea of testosterone is overall wrong. Something that I do notice that she kind of pinpointed on, that testosterone is not only in men, it's literally in everyone, and how testosterone is not connected to aggression at all, and there have been studies to kind of say that is overall true. Moving on, hormones can influence social behaviors. For example, the oxytocin hormone, in a recent study conducted by Florida State University, they have found evidence that oxytocin receptors outside the brain play a pivotal role in shaping social behavior. So, for example, they conducted a study where they let mice grow into adulthood, and then they tested genetically altered mice and then normal mice, and they did a standard social behavior test routinely that are used for lab mice. So the results for this, the genetically altered mice kind of showed that he didn't really have that much social interest, or it was very reduced. And the male mice, if they're genetically altered, show way more aggression than the normal one. And this just goes to show how much of different hormones can have an effect on one's social behavior. However, on the other hand, your social levels can also influence your hormones. So let's say, for example, you are very stressed out, you are doing a group presentation, and you feel as though no one is helping you, you've been the only one that's doing the work. So due to this ongoing stress, your cortisol levels will rise, and the higher your levels are, the more stressed or anxious you will feel, which shows how social behaviors can also influence certain hormones to become prevalent within your life. And finally, I think understanding the biological basis of certain behaviors will help us better understand each other and ourselves. Because these emotions just aren't emotions, they're actually stemming from somewhere. So I feel like recognizing these emotions that are prevalent in us will kind of make us have a more different approach in life, and kind of encouraging a somewhat more positive aspect within our lives and others. Thank you.